Hey guys, welcome to another review. Welcome to my review for the movie No Hard Feelings. No Hard Feelings stars Jennifer Lawrence, Matthew Broderick, and Andrew Barth Feldman. I was trying so hard to not say barf. And the movie is directed by Gene Simnitsky, who did The Good Boys, a movie I didn't really like. And this brings us No Hard Feelings, a raunchy romantic comedy that seems like a very American Pie esque sort of movie. Feels like a 2000s movie coming out in 2023, which isn't a bad thing because we don't get movies like this in our day and age. And I was worried about this movie because Jennifer Lawrence. I used to be a fan of her, not so much now. I don't think she's been really doing that great with her movies lately, and the idiocy she's been saying just in her real life, like on actors with Viola Davis. We all know what I'm talking about. She says a lot of stupid shit. So, not a big Jennifer Lawrence fan. So, I wasn't looking forward to it, even though the trailer did have a couple funny moments. But I'm like, eh. But I wanted to check it out anyways because people were mostly mixed, mostly positive, but mainly mixed on this film. And I can see why. After seeing this movie, I'm pretty mixed on it, but I actually lean more positive than negative. The story of this movie is about this 19-year-old boy who is never had sex. He's pretty much an uptight prude, and he's never had fun. He's never drank. He's basically just never lived the teenage or college life and stuff. And his parents want him to, be a normal 19-year-old. So they hire a girl played by Jennifer Lawrence, who's like in her 30s. They hire her to sleep with their son and show him a good time. In doing so, they will give her a brand new car. And yeah, she wants it because she just got laid off for her job. So she's like, hey, I can use a new car and stuff. So she tries to seduce this young man who has zero interest in her. And begins the movie. It's about the two of them, a very desperate woman who's trying to be sexy but not at all sexy, trying to seduce this young man who is just not interested and just kind of wants to lean into his education and not worry about sex, drugs, or partying and stuff. And the two of them kind of learn from each other and spawns like a bit of a romance between the two of them. They're both not the most likable people, but they become more likable through each other. It's a very cliched, very predictable rom com. It's a bit of a breath of fresh air because we don't get movies like that. We don't get comedies. Like the Marvel films are our comedies now. We don't get comedies. We don't get raunchy comedies like this. And you know what? I'm for it, man. I was never an American Pie fan, but you know what? I'm almost dying for an American Pie movie now because of the shit we get now. People just don't have the balls to make a raunchy comedy because they're always afraid they're going to offend somebody. And I'll admit, there's some offensive jokes in this movie that got a huge laugh out of me. Like, really, I'm like, wow, that is funny as shit. Yes, there's some politically correct jokes in this, because, trust me, there is. If this entire movie was offensive from start to finish, it would not have a positive rating on Rotten Tomatoes. There's also a lot of physical comedy in this. I quite enjoyed that. Jennifer Lawrence, I'll admit it, even though I'm not a fan of her, she's pretty good in this movie. Her comedy is all physical. Like she gets the shit kicked out of her a lot in this movies. Some of the weirdest and craziest stuff happened to her, and some of it is a little forced, but some of it is very very funny. And it takes a very specific actor to do like slapstick comedy and make it actually funny. And Jennifer Lawrence does it pretty well. She does it pretty well. And I don't think her jokes really land that much in this movie, but her slapstick was pretty good. Physical comedy wise, she does a pretty good job. And she does have chemistry with this lead guy. Yeah, Andrew Barth Feldman, I don't know who he is, but he was actually the person that made me laugh the most because of his awkwardness towards Jennifer Lawrence's character. And just some of the weird and bizarre things he says is kind of funny. And he pretty much is like the spirit of the film. He's the backbone of this film. The film doesn't work without him. And that's a lot of pressure on a guy I don't really know. He's not a very no-name actor, but I think he does play the best role in this film. I think his acting is the best, and his chemistry with Jennifer Lawrence was good, and there was some pretty genuinely sweet and touching moments. There was nothing that made me want to go, oh. It was actually a pretty good movie. Is it riddled with cliches and predictability? Yes. And is there some politically correct jokes that will make you kind of roll your eyes and cringe a little? Of course. Not everything works. It's nothing you have to like run out and see right away. But you know what? If you want to have a fun night out with the girlfriend or the boyfriend and stuff, I would recommend it. So surprisingly good. Didn't have hopes for this one, but I'll give it a thumbs up. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give No Hard Feelings a 7 out of 10. Check it out if you want to. And yeah, let me know in the comments below what is your favorite raunchy romantic comedy. Give me your opinions. Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and join the duck side.